let's start with this one. And so good. But what we can say is that this one is much. Well, we have only 7, but I think that's enough for today's video. But okay, we have plenty of description for each one. Thank you. And we can start. Hi, hello, and welcome. New ASMR, a creepy one for today. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Some eerie facts into the dark side of mythology, focusing on creatures with frightful reputations. Well, let's start with Wendigo, Native American mythology. Well, the origin is to the Algonquin-speaking tribes in North America, and this creature is known as a cannibalistic creature with high hunger of human flesh. Well, often it's depicted as a gaunt, a skeletal figure. Well, described both as physical and spiritual being. It has a deer skull with antlers. Curse of Wendigo. In some traditions, it's believed that those who resort to cannibalism are cursed to become a Wendigo. Well, interesting, right? Wendigo. Next, from Greek mythology, the dark side, Furies. The Furies are vengeful goddesses who punish crimes, particularly familial murders and betrayals. They were born from the blood of Titan Uranus. Usually they are depicted as fierce winged women with serpents in their hairs like Medusas, and eyes that tip blood. Well, taken into madness, and fear. The symbolism. The Furies represents an unstoppable force of guilt and justice, reminding people that nothing goes unpunished or cannot go unpunished. Yeah, right. So, well, next, it's quite popular in Slavic folklore. Babayaga. Well, Babayaga is an ambiguous figure from Slavic folklore, known as a terrifying witch. Well, the parents, she's described as an elderly woman with bony legs, iron teeth, and sharp claws. She rides a mortar using a pestle to propel herself or a broomstick. Mostly, also in Romanian, we have Babaclanța or it's an alternative of Babayaga, which rides on a broomstick. Yeah. The personality of Babayaga can either harm or help travelers, depends on how sinful they are, and depends of how she is treated by them. She is wise and dangerous, posing moral challenges. Babayaga represents the balance between life and death, and the wisdom and danger. Often she appears to test the courage of the mortality, of the morality of the mortal ones. Yeah. Right, so this Babayaga. Next is in Japanese Buddhism, Jikininki. 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 The origins is in Japanese Buddhist folklore. Jikininki are spirits that are consuming human corpses as punishment for greed and selfish life. They are described as grotesque, ghostly figures with rotting skin and lifeless eyes. Well, they most appear near the graveyards, or abandoned Buddhist temples. The meaning or the lesson is that their existence serves as a warning about consequences of selfishness, even beyond the mortal life. Next, Anku, Breton folklore. Well, in Breton folklore from Brittany, France, the Anku is a dead figure who appears as skeletal figure with a sight guiding the souls to the death. Yes, often depicted as wearing a very dark cloak with hood, and it's supposed to collect the souls of the recently deceased ones and guide them to death. As a symbolism, often appears before disasters. He's representing a serves of reminder of mortality and fate. Well, it's used as a death symbol many times in many books and pictograms. Anku. Well, let's go to the Norse mythology, and we have Hel. Yes, Hel. Hel is the goddess of the underworld in Norse mythology, ruling over the realm named after her, Hel. So, she's the ruler of Hel, who those who did not died heroically in the battle end up. Well, she's described as a half-life, half-dead woman with one side of her body in a beautiful state and the other one it's rotted and decayed. Well, the symbolism, Hel, you know what Hel means, represents the inevitability inevitability of death. For all, and the concept that it's that not all the souls will receive the honor after life, only those who died with valor. Well, we use hell as a different meaning, right? Now, the next one is Pontianak in the Malay and Indonesian folklore. Pontianak, it's a vengeful spirit of a woman who died during childbirth, known in the Malay Indonesian folklore. As appearance, she has a long hair, pale skin, and red eyes, and she often appears as a beautiful woman to lure victims. But after she lures the victim, she will transform in a monstrous figure with sharp fangs, more like a Mermaid maybe. Often she targets men and people who wronged in the family life. The lesson of this mythical appearance is her story warns against neglecting women and the wives, especially those who have suffered greatly in life. So, men beware, Pontianak is watching. Well, what's your opinion? Please leave a comment below about this unusual session. Well, I must admit that this was a request by someone of my community, and I wanted to honor this request. I hope he's watching now. At the end of this story, very interesting ASMR session, I wish you all the best until next time, which will be tomorrow. Bye bye. So this one is done.